Hi,
What's up, everyone?
We're live.
We're live again. We're trying this for the second time in a row. Last night didn't go so well, as some of you may know that tuned in. Hopefully, we don't have those problems again tonight. Sorry about that. Let's welcome everyone in. What's up, Cynthia, Kimberly, and Julie?
I was about to say Thrifty Flamingo.
There's two Kimberlys, Kimberly Hooker and Kimberly Robinson. No, not the Thrifty Flamingo. That's us. So tonight we're talking with Kristen Frank-Fitzgerald. She is one of the students of Poshing for Profits and started Poshmark fairly recently. And we're going to get into everything about Poshmark. Before we start, though, guys, our course, Poshing for Profits, it's a comprehensive guide on how to Poshmark part-time for a full-time income, is available now. You can click the first link in the description. I created a special code about a month ago, and I'm giving that code out again tonight. So if you guys want the course at 50% off and didn't get a chance to buy it during the sale that we had a couple of weeks ago, you can do it now using coupon code Q450 for the single payment option, or Q4PP50 for the payment plan option. It'll get you 50% off the course. All you got to do is enter the code and click the first link in the description. The codes are also in the description. So now, with that being said, let's jump on over to Kristen. What's up, Kristen?
Hi. Hello, I'm Kristen.
And click the first link in the description. The codes are also in the description. So now, with that being said, let's Kristen, what's up, Kristen?
Hi.
Why am I delayed?
You're delayed. You are. I've been trying.
We're still working on some technical difficulties, guys.
That storm messed us up.
This storm did screw us up. So we're gonna go through it tonight. We're just a little delayed, but it's okay. So we'll get caught up. If is there an echo right now? I want to know.
Not me, not on my end.
No, it's not you.
No.
Yeah.
So we're gonna go through it tonight. We're just a little delayed, but it's okay. So
And this isn't our first rodeo.
Is there an echo right now? I want to know. So just type in the chat if there's an echo.
Not me, not on my end.
No, it's not you.
No. Yeah. This isn't our first rodeo.
Someone has to mute. Yeah, there's an echo. Okay, so we'll keep. Yep. We're getting a couple of yeses. All right, it's cool. We'll figure this out as we go. So let's jump right in with Kristen. Kristen, we're gonna soldier through this tonight. So
yes.
Why don't you start out by telling us a little bit about how you started reselling and a little bit about yourself?
Okay. Well, I live in Saddlebrook, New Jersey. I started reselling last year, seriously reselling in about May. I do all of my work from home. I'm a stay-at-home mom. I have a 6-year-old, and this reselling lifestyle really fits into my life perfectly, and I really enjoy it. I really enjoy the hunt of finding treasures. And about, let's say, in May of this year, I started doing Poshmark after I met Karen and Jay at a reseller meetup. And I've been hardcore poshing ever since then, and they've really helped me so much. So yeah.
Yeah, we met you at a reselling meetup. We have those. We announce them a lot, a couple times a year with Steve Reagan. And we've met Kristen in real life. She's a doll. She's a gem. I love seeing her anytime I can.
We see you a lot now. You come to most of the Thrifty meetups that we have down here, which is awesome. She's only a couple of hours away, so it's not that big of a deal for her to get down here. But it's really fun. We have a ton of great times, and there's going to be more of those. So keep an eye out for that. If you guys are in the area, you should definitely check those out.
Because it's not just Connecticut. I know they call it the Connecticut reselling meetup, but Connecticut's a very small state. You can, Kristen, New Jersey.
Yeah.
You come from Massachusetts. We've had people from Massachusetts and upstate New York come. So it doesn't have to just be Connecticut when they happen.
So you said you started Poshmark back in May?
Back in May, yes.
Right, how did you find Poshmark at that point before you started going seriously with it? Was it easy to pick up, or was there a learning curve, or?
Well, to tell you the truth, when the app first came out, I think 2013 was it? I heard about it, so I downloaded it, and I've had it on my phone ever since then. But when I looked through it, I was like, "What is this? This is unlike any of these social media things that I am familiar with." And I was immediately overwhelmed, and I said, "This isn't for me. I don't know what the hell I'm doing. Heck." I'm sorry, I don't want to. So anyway, I just put it I actually deleted it from my phone, and I stuck to, if I ever had to resell something, it would be on eBay every now and then, you know. And then as I hardcore got into eBay last year, and I really learned everything that I could on the subject, I started to realize that eBay wasn't the place for me to sell clothes, because nothing moved. The clothing brands that I was researching that were good to resell were just sitting in my inventory. And so then when I heard about Poshmark, that people were using Poshmark and it was gaining popularity, I got curious and I started to watch videos. Even before I met you guys, I saw a couple of your videos. I saw just the ones that Karen had did a while ago. And I typed in, how do you do shipping on Poshmark? Because I was so confused by that. I just couldn't get it into my brain. And I watched that video, and then I started seriously considering it. And shortly thereafter, I met you guys, and then I went for it.
Awesome. Yeah. And what's your closet name again, so everybody can follow you on Poshmark?
Goddess 6000, all one word.
6000. Go check her out on Poshmark. Yep. So, how long did it take you to get into Poshmark? Like, how long did it take you to get moving with Poshmark?
Slow at first, because I wasn't familiar with how it all worked. I felt like I needed to buy a few things first just to see the process. I put one thing into my closet. It was a pair of torrid jeans, and they sold within like 2 days. And I was like, aha, I'm doing this. So I, then from that point, I was like, okay, I'm eager to get started. Now, where do I begin? How do I do this? Because I'm the type of person that needs to know. I feel like I need to know everything so I don't make any mistakes, but that's not realistic. So I just made mistakes as I went, and just watched all the videos I could. And then I was really, like, now I've been ramping up the listings. So nice. I've got a lot of listings in a short amount of time. So
that's what you got to do. So guys, if you have a question for us or Kristen, just throw it in the chat. Karen's going to be monitoring the chat all night. So if you have a question, we'll answer your questions, or a question for Kristen or us. It doesn't matter. Just type your comments and questions and we'll get to them as well. What's up, Greg?
Yeah, he was at the meetup. He knows Kristen. So
yes.
Hi.
So back to Kristen. What are your favorite items to source for and sell?
I really love doing plus size clothing. In fact, I forgot to mention this, but most of my listings, the greatest amount of listings that I did, were all plus size clothing that was mine, because I lost a lot of weight, and I didn't want to donate them because they were too good to donate. They were barely used, a lot of them. So plus size clothing has done very, very well for me. And I like doing jeans because they're very easy to shoot and list. So I would say also shoes. Shoes have done really well for me, even on eBay, but even more so on Posh. They sell a lot faster. Yeah. So those are my favorite.
Like me.
Yeah.
I sold all my plus size clothing in the beginning. Now I wish I hadn't, because now I got this big baby belly that I wish I had. Like, these Free People's shirts are doing pretty well, though. You know, sometimes Free People's really big.
Yeah.
So I'm good for now, but I'm like, maybe I shouldn't have like purged everything.
Right.
So Crazy Girl Love Fashion wants to know if you have Instagram, Kristen.
I do. It's not reseller based, you know, it's my personal one, but I mix it up a little bit. My it has numbers. It's photo blonde. That's what it's called, but instead of O's, it's zeros, and between the words, it's spelled really retardedly. So I want to put a link to that after the video.
We can do that. We can definitely do that. Yeah.
I know.
I've had it for like 5 years.
All the time.
So, what has been your biggest challenge so far on Poshmark?
Biggest challenge, not listing enough, not being able to do it fast enough, because sometimes I just don't have the time. But also, I don't really have a problem with lowball offers. I just I just counter offer, and I did in the beginning, but once I was watching a lot of your videos and talking to other resellers, it's not a big deal. So first it was, and now it's not.
So I've
that
actually
was like
found
a challenge.
I found a way to get away from those lowball offers. I was getting a lot of lowball offers for the longest time, and actually, just at Posh Fest, I was talking to John and Brad. They're going to be on the channel eventually. They're a Poshmark power couple. They're really cool people. But they had given me this idea to list my items sky high, like double the price that I would actually take for them. Like, if I have a pair of jeans that I want $35 for, I'll list them at $75. And now the low balls are still coming in, but they're right around with what I would be comfortable accepting for that article of clothing. So now I'm getting, instead of $15 low balls, I'm getting $30, $35 low balls. And that's perfect for the pair of jeans I'm trying to sell. So it's really been working. Even with dress shirts, I've been getting a higher profit margin on my dress shirts because I'm pricing them so high that these offers are coming in. Now I used to get dress shirts selling for $20, $25. Now they're selling for $25, $30 because I'm pricing at a higher price point. So it's a great way to combat the low balls. And I know a lot of you guys have problems with low ballers on Poshmark. So give that a shot. And it might work for you guys too. It's been working for me like really well lately. So
we have a question. Julie says, how do you switch the brands you're following on Poshmark? You can only follow up to 50 brands. If you're like maxed out, you're going to have to kind of go through them and say, like X some of them out to add new ones. They top it off at 50. So you just go back into a brand, you want to unselect it, and that would open up another slot or 2 or 3 or however many you need, and you're good.
Fine Apple just came in with a question. She's just asking if I changed the price or relist. So I haven't done it on my older listings yet. I've left them at the original price. I'm just doing this on new listings that are coming in. And if I have a closet clear out, I'll change the price at that point. So when I go through and I edit those prices, I will raise the price up at that point. So that's how I've been handling that lately. Just with mostly new stuff. And then during closet clear out, I'll change prices.
It's really been working for you.
Yeah, it has been. I've had a ton of sales in the past couple of weeks that are just perfect. So give that a shot. So Kristen, there's a question here for you actually. Do you use sourcing guidance on eBay, and was the average selling prices realistic, and do you still use it?
I do not use it. I do not, because I don't know how to use it. Is that a new thing? Full disclosure, I've never heard of it before. I have all my concentration on Poshmark now just because of the success I've been having. So
that's awesome.
Do you still cross post to the eBay?
I do for certain things. For certain things like vintage, a lot of vintage stuff. I just sold a sweater that was a vintage Chaps Ralph Lauren sweater, and I put it on both eBay and Posh because I saw the comps on eBay were pretty good. So, and I sold it on eBay, wound up doing that. So there's not everything, I won't usually put jeans on eBay because they've always sold better on Poshmark for me.
That's what I tend to do with my stuff too.
So we're having a lot of people coming in saying that their sales are slow and they're getting a lot of lowballers. So what do you do when your sales are slow? Do you use any of the unique selling features on Poshmark that drum up sales, or do you do any promoted, not promoted listings? That's eBay. Do you do any promotions in your own closet, like lowering prices, or how do you handle slow sales weeks and how to generate sales?
Okay, so I'm always on top of my likers. So I I like to wait until I have at least 5 likers on an item to reduce the price to offer to likers. But then if I notice that there's people liking on top of that, I'll give them the offer. And I've had a lot of success moving stuff with that. Also, the closet clear out, I do that, but I don't always do it, because I use my price reductions very sparingly. So let's see, what else do I do? Sometimes if I've had something too long, I just drop it into the basement and then it goes, So yeah, but sometimes it's been challenging to, and I've noticed since the colder weather and the change of seasons that there are just so many things in my closet that are not selling because they're kind of warmer weather stuff.
That happens. I just did sell a pair of shorts about a week ago, so they still sell. It's not as frequent as in the summer, but they will still sell. Yeah,
you sold 2 pairs of shorts.
Did I sell 2?
I was on wrapping duty that day. I was on shipping duty that day, and I was like, shorts. I'm pulling shorts.
Okay, good. That gives me hope.
So they will sell still.
Yeah.
So that's a good point to make. Is never take your listings down just because they're off season. Leave them up because they will sell year round. They're not going to sell as frequently, but they will sell.
We have a few people saying that offers to liker hasn't been working for them lately. You know, it's like it doesn't hurt to try.
Right.
When you have enough likes on a certain item, especially like right now, today is like, you know, win $100 or they do those like promotions and we never win anything. But, you know, a lot of offers are going out on today because they're promoting it. So, you know, if you don't give up on it, it just might be that whoever was watching it didn't have money for it at that time. So I wouldn't knock. It's a very powerful tool. I wouldn't say, hey, it hasn't worked the past couple of times. Forget this. You know, you might want to maybe use it a little more sparingly if you really feel harshly about it, but it's a powerful tool. You know, it just might be coincidence that it hasn't promoted, like made any sales for you.
So guys, if you're enjoying the show tonight, don't forget to go hit that thumbs up button and give us a like. We really appreciate that. If you're new to the channel, definitely hit that subscribe button and check that bell off so you know when we go live and have new videos uploaded. And if you haven't checked Poshing for Profits out yet, click the first link in the description. The course was on sale a couple weeks ago for 50% off, but I've included a coupon code tonight for you guys in the description. It's written right there. So you can get the course for 50% off if you didn't get a chance to get it during the sale period. So the code is Q450 or Q4PP50 for either the single payment option or the payment plan option. And that'll be 50% off for everyone. So you can get into the course for as low as $23.50 tonight.
Got another question for Kristen. Do you source the regular Goodwills or the bins in New Jersey? I think she's from New Jersey, so she says the bins are kind of far away from her. So where do you usually source around?
I've never been to the bins. I'm very disappointed that there aren't any bins that I'm willing to drive to. I also don't like the idea of the bins because I have like sensory issues. I don't like to get my nails dirty or anything. So I would go if it was closer. I would, but it's not. So I source at Goodwills primarily. I did garage sailing, and now that season is kind of over, but I don't even really go garage sailing that much. I just had so much inventory. I didn't really need to source that much. But Goodwills, I always consistently found stuff. And when I went to Connecticut, I seemed to hit it really well up there.
Sourcing gold mine.
I am telling you, man. I'm gonna go there by myself one of these days and just go around.
Look us up when you're in
town.
Well,
feel free to give us a call if you ever make it down here. It really is a gold mine down here. We have so many, and in my area, we're like, I have a Goodwill, a red, white, and blue, a St. Vincent de Paul, all within 5 minutes of me, and then you go another 20 minutes, and there's like 800 Goodwills. So it's a great place.
I am so jealous
to source.
Yeah, there's a few like dead areas in the state where it's just like not so many. But if you really plan your route, you know, you can hit a bunch of thrift stores in like one day and do like
even
pretty
though
well.
Sorry, I cut you off. But even though there are a lot of people in the store, there's always something there, and you just have to be the one to find it. You know. And you just got to go through everything and develop your eye for stuff.
That's exactly what you got to do. Yeah, I just actually found a piece of Burberry at the Goodwill the other day that must have been overlooked 20,000 times because I don't know why it would still be there.
But it still be there?
And that just sold today for $80. I picked it up for $5. So Burberry sells very fast. I think I got it on.
It was like listed for a day or two.
It
was a lovely, like it was a zip. Like, oh, it had like the Novacek inside, like subtle, and it was like, you know, if I was like a female and like my size, which not much is my size right now, I probably would have wanted to keep it.
Yeah. And well, my best flip yet on Posh was because somebody in Goodwill didn't know what the heck they had. It was a Dolce & Gabbana men's leather backpack, like calfskin. And it retailed for about $1,500. And I got it for $20. And it was sitting right there out in the open. I think people thought it was fake, I think. and I got it and I flipped it, got $500 for it.
Wow.
Wow.
So, you know,
that's a great
Nice.
score. That's a great score. So
Yeah.
you got to keep your eyes open for all this stuff. You got a question?
Yeah, we got another question from Gary. Yeah, I love Gary's questions. What source? I think I just skipped.
What sources does Kristen use for pricing in addition to Poshmark listed and sold listings?
Like, do you do anything but do comps?
I just do a lot of comps. I do comps on Poshmark and eBay, and I see, you know, what the general, because, you know, if you're looking at eBay and Posh to compare prices, so that you know what to list it for, you better believe your buyer is doing the same thing to see where they could get the better deal. And I always have that in my head. So that really helps me to get a good idea of where to start my price.
Right.
Yep.
So, where am I at? Oh, there we are. Do you do this full time?
I do it full time. Yes. I am a full-time stay-at-home mom. And when I'm not doing that
your daughter's
job,
adorable, by the way. I saw some pictures of her on Facebook.
Oh, thank you. I love her to death. She's at Girl Scouts right now. No, she's home now, but yeah, she went to Girl Scouts. So when, and my husband is very supportive of what I do. So if I tell him I really need to get some work done, he watches her, and, you know, we take turns so that I can do as many hours as I can. Childcare is so expensive. I'm sure a lot of you know out there how expensive it is. So it just didn't make sense for me to go back to work and pay somebody to watch my daughter. So I do as many hours as I can. I can't compare it to like the 40-hour work week because, you know, this reselling on Poshmark and eBay and wherever just fills in all the gaps of your regular life.
Exactly.
So,
that's the way you're supposed to do it. That's the perfect way to work Poshmark, is to fit it in between your schedule. That's what the point of reselling and starting as a part-time reseller is all about, is fitting time to do this in between your daily day-to-day routine, and you start making money at it. So yeah, so that's a great way to do it. That's how Karen started.
Imagine all the money you're saving on childcare. We're going to be saving.
Yep.
I can't even imagine. We're both at home, so you know, one of us can be with the very small baby, another one I could be taking pictures, you know, and vice versa. We'll just pass off the baby.
Yeah.
So
it's
like, I know a
lifesaver.
lot of people don't have this freedom, and I think that really is freedom.
Yeah.
You know, just
definitely.
and watch your child grow and not always have them, you know, in somebody else's care, kind of.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. And I'm there for her 24/7.
Yep.
You know, her school is a 10-minute walk away. And I know that if anything happens, I can drop what I'm doing and I'm not going to lose my job. You know, nobody is there over my shoulder telling me that what I can and cannot do. I love the freedom. Yeah.
It's great, isn't it? It's just perfect.
Yeah.
There's a few people in the chat saying that they're striving to be full-time, that's what they're aiming for. And some people are excited when their youngest is going into kindergarten. So they
yes.
Still do stuff.
Yes. I feel you. Oh, yeah.
So how often do you source?
I source a little, like probably like once a week, because right now I have so much inventory. But when I sourced more, it was probably like every other day. And it's going to get back around to that because I'm running out of inventory. So I'm going to do that. And a couple of Goodwills in my area are kind of like expanding and doing renovations a lot. So before, when I used to go in there, there wasn't much and it was discouraging. But I am going to get back into it because you know, that it matters what the environment is when you go in there, you know? So yeah, not very often.
What are you looking for when you go out sourcing? What kind of brands are you picking up right now?
Yeah, the brand names. That's what we want to know.
Okay, well, I look for Torrid. Since I said before, I really like doing plus size. Torrid always sells for me.
It does.
Yeah. And Lane Bryant a lot. I wish sometimes that I could still fit into Lane Bryant because of how fast it goes. I just know the brand. So I also look for men's jeans, True Religion. Sometimes I really hit the jackpot with those. 7 for All Mankind. I do really well with those. I have found one dojo jean. It was beat to hell. It looked like it had been to hell and back, but I'm like, you know what? I think that's kind of what people like about the dojo. So, and it's old.
Yes.
But Robert Graham shirts, any of the higher end dress shirts, Kuji. I look for Kuji a lot. I just sold a Kuji Luxe dress shirt. I'd never seen that before. I didn't know they had that, but I just picked it up on a whim. It was stunning and it sold right away. I didn't even get an offer. It just sold. So yeah. And then besides that, if I'm browsing and I see something that really catches my eye and it's not like a super high-end brand or anything like that, I'll pick it up because it's cool looking and it's something I would wear and something that I see people wearing, like the younger people. So yeah, so that's what I do when I go. And I also source hard goods while I'm there too. But yeah, and shoes. The shoes too. Men's shoes, dress shoes.
Style does sell on Poshmark.
Yeah, it definitely does. I do that every time, all the time.
A little bit more than eBay. eBay is very like, specifically searched. Like there are a lot of window shoppers on Poshmark. I know everyone just types in the search bar, but I bought things just because it came up in my feed. I'm like, that's cute, or like went to search something I saw in my feed. So it's like if it's cute and stylish, and someone's gonna wear it, and it's good price point, go for it, Okay. So you sell both men's and women's in your closet, it sounds like.
Oh, I do. Yes. I have a lot of men's stuff in my closet. And honestly, my husband kind of gave me tons of his old clothes that he wasn't wearing. So that's a lot of it started with his clothes and stuff that I picked up in Goodwill too. So it's a mix.
So 2 more questions from the group. So we have one that says, when it concerns Lane Bryant, is like what anything Lane Bryant, or is it like just jeans or just shoes, or what Lane Bryant?
The denim, because I noticed that when I used to shop there, because I was a loyal Lane Bryant girl for many, many years, for decades. They've been around for like ever. So I noticed that the denim has gotten more and more and more expensive in the store, and they're getting really good with their denim. So that's what I try to go for, and it usually sells really well for me. Also, the cacique, is that how they say it? The intimate bras and stuff.
Their lingerie and their bras and underwear line, right?
They have amazing bras, and although I've only found it a few times in Goodwill, in really good condition, I have some myself that because I just love their bras so much, even though they were so expensive, and I see that they sell really well. So yeah, that's what I do with Lane Bryant and whatever else that I see that looks on trend.
Good. Next question from the group. The stuff that just isn't moving on Poshmark, what great brands already relisted, you tried to sell it and you just want them gone. Do you list them at a loss for a clearance price that you can't refuse? Like, you just want to get it out the door for a loss, or what do you do with stuff like that?
It depends on the item. It really depends. There are a pair of True Religion jeans that I have had forever, and for some reason or another, they are just not selling. And I have taken a loss. That the price I have them at now, I'm leaving money on the table. If somewhere, I just can't move them, and I'm impatient. I have no patience. So maybe I should just like let this stuff hang around a little bit longer, but I just want to keep my closet moving, and there are certain things that I just have to clear out.
So Cynthia Nicholson has a question. I'm going to jump on that one because I have a response to it. Do you do any Black Friday sales? I'm going to ask this to you too, Kristen, and then I'll chime in. And how are your, you actually not sure how your holiday sales have been, because this is your first holiday on Poshmark, right?
Yes.
Yeah, so we'll skip that part. And then she asked fancy dresses and ugly sweaters, or question. So are you planning on doing a Black Friday sale this year?
Yes, I'm going to try it. I have nothing to lose and everything to gain, so I'm going to, I have a Instagram account that I call like, I think it's Purple Peacock Pickers or some name I just ran up, so that I could post stuff on there that I wanted to push a little bit more. And I had a sale. Hi, baby. My daughter. Please don't come here. Okay. So yeah, I had a sale one time. I think it was like, I don't know, 4th of July. And I put a sign up in my in my Instagram, and I think I got more traffic from it, but I do plan on doing that on Black Friday. Right. Because any little push helps. So
I'm doing the same thing on Black Friday. Karen's making me a sign.
I'm more creative like that. Jay's kind of like less patient.
Yeah.
He'll use like the first like font that comes up kind of thing.
So what I'm going to do is I'm putting everything on sale, everything in my closet. I'm just going to go through it and take the price drop feature and drop it down like it's closet clear out. And just put everything to the historical low minus 10%, and it's all going to be there. If somebody buys it, they buy it. They get a great deal. If not, it's going back up the day after. So it's a one-day only sale. That's how I'm going to run it this year for Black Friday. We're going to advertise just with the sign in the closet, and probably put a post on Instagram too or something like that.
There's a sale like that. It could go quantity over quality.
Yeah.
You know, if you're instead of sending out like 10 boxes equaling a lot of money, you're sending out like 25, 30 boxes, each littler money, but it's all the same money, you know? So quantity over quality. Yeah, I'm going to make him a sign. I've run sales like that before. I use the, now it's the bundle feature, you know, so I see people that were liking something in mine. I will share the sign to their bundle. It used to be the dressing room. So they can see like, hey, you already liked this. Buy another thing and I'll give you X amount off, or whatever the sale was I was running. And I do think that worked. They don't really give you analytics on that. There's no way to really track it on Poshmark if your like little promotion signs are working or not. But I think I've gotten sales from it. I'm sure I have. You know, it doesn't hurt to try. You don't know who's looking at it. You know, you don't know who saw it and who's taking note and who's actually acting on it. Or if it's just a random sale. You have no idea. A sale's a sale, though.
Yeah, a sale's a sale.
Yeah. And as far as holiday sales go, the sales through the holidays are pretty solid. They're good sales. We make good sales every holiday season. We tend not to get so slow in the winter, but that's mostly because we're sourcing for a lot of jeans. So we don't find that winter slump after the holidays as frequent as some of you guys may find it. So if you do experience that slump, make sure you're sourcing the right articles of clothing for the time frame. Jeans, sweaters, and flannels right now for men, and pretty much the same thing for women. Stay up on the trends and make sure you're getting the on-trend items, and you should be fine for that. But holiday sales are very well.
And I've done well. Someone said ugly.
Ugly sweaters. Ugly sweaters do very well, yeah.
Yeah, I've sold ugly.
And fancy holiday dresses, I would assume, do well as well. I have my jackets, which are going up this week, finally. I've been getting around to it, but they're New Year's Eve type jackets, so they should sell well too. So
yeah. You want to know something about holiday ugly sweaters? At the end of the summer, well, you have to do this by the end of the summer. Go source for them on eBay or right after Christmas when everybody drops their prices. And that's what I did. I sourced on, I think I bought one of them for $10 and I bought another one for $20, and I flipped them both for $65 just very recently. So
people will blow their prices out of the water once the Christmas is over.
The better.
Yep.
You know, I have one right now that makes sounds. Like it has actual like jingle bells on it. Like you move and you sound like a reindeer. Like, and I was sure to put that. I'm like, you're gonna make noise. Want to talk about ugly? You're gonna sound ugly too.
Guys, we just hit 100 viewers here tonight. Why don't you guys go hit that thumbs up button for us? It really means a lot to us. Give us a like. We got 17 likes. If we can hit 85 likes by the end of this video, I will send out a mystery box right after Thanksgiving, and I'll pick somebody from this chat to receive it. So if you guys want a mystery box, go like that. Go like our video tonight. Hit us thumbs up. If we hit 85 or more, I'll pick somebody right from inside the live chat to get a mystery box filled with great clothing. It'll be about 3 or 4 items that you guys can sell for pure profit. We won't charge you for shipping. We'll send it right out to you guys as soon as the holidays are over, that Monday probably.
I love putting those boxes together.
They're fun, right? And if you're new here, don't forget to subscribe. And if you haven't done so already, click the first link in the description. Check out Poshing for Profits. That course is the comprehensive guide on how to Poshmark part-time for a full-time living. It teaches you everything about Poshmark and how to handle everything. And I put some coupon codes in there. So if you guys missed the sale, you get the course for 50% off by using those codes. So check that out. Which one?
How do you measure a men's jacket blazer? Got a beauty Italian cashmere today, but no size. Help.
So you're going to measure from the pit to pit, just a normal chest measurement. That'll give you your basic chest measurement. So if it's a 21-inch chest measurement, then it's going to equate to a 42-inch blazer. The sleeves are from the shoulder, the top of the shoulder, all the way down to the cuff. You want to do a mid measurement if you want to include that, like right around where the button is or the stomach would go. And then right at the bottom of the blazer, you measure that as well. But those numbers aren't as important as the chest and the sleeves. It's going to give you whether it's a regular, a long, or a short. The sleeves are what they're talking about when they say regular, long, or short. I don't know the proper measurements for that, so you're going to have to look them up. But that's how you determine whether a jacket's a 42R, a 42 short, or a 42 long.
Oh, yeah.
And it's just like that. So
but
those
the chest measurement is the number.
The chest measurement is the number.
The chest measurement flat times 2. That men are so easy.
Yeah.
So easy. It's us women that have to have like vanity sizing. Like, come on, get over it, lady.
I know, right? Yeah, I totally agree.
Elisa said I got the last mystery box. She did.
You did, Elisa. You did.
I just saw a bunch of emojis. I had to look. Next question.
Next question. All right. So, what do you like better, Poshmark or eBay? Or do you use them for different? I know you use them for different avenues of selling, but which do you prefer right now over the other?
I actually, right now, I'm really preferring Poshmark. I use eBay for hard goods and stuff that's prohibited on Poshmark. And I just think that it's brilliant, the format, the way that they have it. They do take a little higher percentage, but when you work out all the numbers in the end, it's not that much more of a percentage than eBay. And for what you're getting, the ease of use, the fact that they handle all of the return stuff and problems, and they do investigations, and you don't have to be on the phone with them and battling and everything. It's just common sense that I would prefer that, less hassle, especially being a mother and the hassle that you got to deal with when you're a mother. So yeah, Poshmark. Yeah, that's an easy answer. Poshmark.
It really is. So speaking of Poshmark and Poshing for Profits in general, a shameless plug again, how have you enjoyed the course and did you get a lot out of it? Why don't you tell us a little bit about your experience with the course for everyone?
When I heard about your course, I immediately I signed up right away. There wasn't even a question because I had already learned things from your previous videos, and I wanted a more in-depth, view of things. And when I joined and I saw the breakdown, I was like, damn, they really did every little thing here, any question. And as I was going along in the videos, I was laughing because I was like, oh my gosh, they're inside my brain. You guys were literally answering every question that a new posher needs to know, everything. And tips and tricks and, how to do everything, any question that you would ever have. So it was brilliant. And I learned so much and it was worth every penny. In fact, I would say it's even a value because I've made more money on Poshmark in the short amount of time that I've been doing it since I watched your video than I ever made doing eBay, ever made doing it on my own in any way. So I would say that it's a value. That's what I would have to say.
Aww.
Thanks,
well, thank
guys.
you so much for that. We'd love to hear that. That's awesome. We wanted that. That's exactly what we were shooting for when we put it out. So it's great to hear that you got so much out of it, and thank you for the support too.
Yeah, I'm very happy it's helped. That's what we want.
What do you hope to accomplish in the future with reselling? Do you want to make double your income, or do you want to increase? What are your main goals for maybe like next year and then 5 years from now?
I want to do more with, I want to get started with Amazon reselling. I've been a little bit intimidated by it.
Fun, though.
You know, but everybody tells me to do it and that I shouldn't be intimidated. And so I want to do that. I also want to get into Amazon merch, selling t-shirts and things like that. I'm a very creative person, so I could probably come up with some things on my own, but I'd also probably outsource some of that design stuff for that. I hope to scale up my eBay business more and give it more attention. I do have a lot of hard goods that I want to put up. And for next year, by this time next year, I want to get more of a handle on preparing for Q4, quarter four, and this time of the year, because I see the potential of being very prepared for this.
So when you're talking about Amazon, do you mean FBA? Is that what you're thinking about? Or are you talking about fulfilled by merchant or
FBA? Yeah.
So she's and Northwest or NW Purple Sparkles was just asking about that. So she's talking about Amazon FBA. It's where you ship products into Amazon and you go out to retailers and do retail arbitrage and all that, and online arbitrage, and you buy stuff cheap and sell it high on Amazon. So there's a huge process to it. We do that,
but they ship it. You send it to them. They keep it at all their mass warehouses, and then they put it in that smiley box. They ship it. They take care of all the returns. Like once you pack up your huge box full of all the stuff you've scrounged in the world, and you ship it off to the Amazon. You know, it's out of your hands from then. There are higher fees by doing an FBA because, you know, you're paying the workers and you're paying the storage fees and stuff like that. But if you get good product, people make bank on it. Now, merchant, you can get a higher price that you're getting because you're holding the products at your house, you know. But a lot of us being resellers as it is, space is limited. You know, you already have inventory to take on a whole nother type of inventory. Like we would not be able to do that and be able to hold that much. So we send in FBA. But she also was talking about designing t-shirts and letting her creative side out. I applied for that. It takes a while. I haven't heard back yet. I want to make some flamingo stuff.
I'm
really like stuff for the flock.
I'm on the outskirts learning what I can right now because that's my personality. I need to learn before I dip my foot in the pool. I have to learn how to swim. So I'm right on the outside of that. That is my next venture. Yes.
So what do you do different? Did you do anything this year to prepare for Q4? We have a question coming in just as what would you do different to prepare for Q4? Did you think about it at all this year, prepare, or did you kind of just do your normal routine? Or
I honestly just did my normal routine and absorbed all of the knowledge from the new contacts that I've made, new reseller contacts that I've made, and the groups that I've on Facebook. And I'm just absorbing it right now. That's where I am. Because I don't want to do all this extra work and just have it all fall apart because I didn't do it the right way. You know,
everybody's always still learning. Like till the day you die, you're learning stuff. You know, you could be in this game for years. I'm learning stuff about men's items that I've never known, but I've been selling clothes online for years. So you're gonna learn
with me for Q4 this year. I really prepped. Well, what we've been doing personally is we definitely ramped up our sourcing, but I decided to just start my wholesale during Q4 because the blazers that I'm selling wholesale right now are perfect for December and January for those holiday parties and New Year's and all that, and then they're going to be great around prom time. So that's the one difference that I did for Q4 this year that's going to make a difference down the road. But we, as clothing resellers, there's not much you really need to do for Q4 except ramp up your sourcing and ramp up your listing. Just get those listings done, get them done as fast as you can, and just get as much product as you possibly can in the door, because the more you have, the more you're going to sell. And that's, as a clothing reseller, that's really what it comes down to. Know your trends, buy the right product, and put it in the store and sell it. So it's
dead piles. Attack the dead piles. Yeah. Now's the time to get them up. Kimberly says, what does it mean when they say Q4? Is it just doing your fourth quarter? Q4 is the last 3 months of the year, because guess what? People are buying. It's Christmas season. Sales, no matter what platform, go up. So everyone looks forward to Q4 because people are in the spending mood, and like we're trained that way to think Christmas time, let's go spend money. So yeah, we have been sourcing a lot more. We're preparing for baby to come, where there's going to be some time where I can't get out, but so I'm purposely creating a dead pile that I'm going to be able to kind of like pick from in the winter months, but it's all season related. You know, it's all for because I'm doing the end of January. You know, like January, February time where, you know, even we're going to have a little baby, tiny little baby. And sure, you know, you're going to get out and source some, but I know that there's going to be times where I'm not going to be able to just say, oh, got to go. I'm low on sweaters right now. Got to go looking for sweaters. So I'm purposely having a dead pile. But if you guys have a dead pile and no reason, like a bun in the oven, attack it, get them listed. You know, people like, especially right after Thanksgiving, Black Friday is a thing. People are going to be shopping that day until Christmas, you know, so get your listings up. Do not have a dead pile or a minimal dead pile.
See, we're lucky as clothing resellers. A lot of these FBA, the FBA sellers and eBay sellers, they need to go out and do all this research to know what the hot toy is going to be, what they can go and buy soon, because it's going to sell out and they need to get their hands on that product. With clothing resellers, it really makes the Q4 prep a lot easier. It's all about just finding the right trends and finding the right stuff and getting as much of it as you can. You don't need to follow hot trends on toys and all this, do all this extra work, buy the guides and all that stuff. So we have an advantage being clothing sellers. And when Q4 comes around, we really jump on that, and it makes a difference. So it's fun. It's a lot of fun. So guys, we are at, I'm going to look right now.
We're going to look.
Let's see. We're at 55 likes. We need 30 more likes. There's 101 viewers in here right now. If we get to 85 likes, we're sending out a mystery box the Monday after Thanksgiving to somebody who's lucky enough to win one. We're going to pick it right from here tonight. So if you haven't done so already, go hit that thumbs up. Get those likes coming in. If we can hit 85, one of you guys will get a mystery box from us.
Yeah.
So one more question, and then we'll turn it over to the chat and get some questions coming in for you, Kristen. And what advice do you have to give to a new Poshmark user?
Study your trends. I would say that is one of the biggest things, because when you're sourcing, there might be things that you've heard from other people are good brands to look for, but it might not necessarily be trending. For instance, I look for denim. I used to look for jeans that the name brands were good, you know, but I wasn't picking the right style. And then when I studied my trends, I noticed that skinny jeans are really trending, not boot cut and stuff. So when I started paying attention to the trends, I was selling more. So that's number one, I would say.
Not just going crazy over a name brand. People get so confused on jeans, and I love jeans. And I try to tell them that. I'm like, just because it says Joe's Jeans doesn't mean you buy it.
Yeah.
You know, like, definitely.
Yeah. And also, like, sorry for interrupting, but like Robert Graham shirts. Jay, you talk a lot about Robert Graham. You know, a good example is on trends is that the louder the design and colors on a Robert Graham, the better. I have a Robert Graham. I've only found one Robert Graham in my whole Robert Graham life. And I think it's nice looking. It's blue with, but it's too plain, you know? So people that want a Robert Graham, they don't want the plain ones, because you can get a plain one anywhere in any brand. So, you know, it's not all about the brands.
It's all about the cuffs and the collars and the placards and definitely the designs. The limited edition ones go for so much more than the plainer, simple, mass-produced ones do. And there's actually a lot that goes into sourcing Robert Graham that you really need to know about, that you want to get your research done on, because you don't want to just, I mean, when I first started, I would pick up any Robert Graham that I found, and I picked one up, and it sat in my closet for a couple of months, and it finally sold. But now I've kind of gotten a little better at it, where I can actually go onto eBay and source for Robert Graham, because the Robert Grahams on eBay are going for like $20 or less, and they'll sell on Poshmark for between $45 and $65 if you find the right ones. So you can actually source right off of eBay for Robert Graham shirts right now. A lot of them are up to auction and they start at a penny. And a lot of them are priced $30 and under. And if you can score Robert Graham for $25, then you're going to be able to make some money on it if it's the right shirt.
I also want to say, like, take your personal feelings out of it. You know, we're talking loud, crazy styles, Robert Graham shirt. You might think you might think it's hideous. Like, who would wear that thing? You know, I have sold so much butt ugly clothes that, like, I would never, even if it was my size, put on my body. I have flipped jeans, dresses, shirts, whatever. Sometimes minutes after listing it, where I was like, ugh, get that out of my face. But other people, you know, what's trendy or what people like, it's not up to you to decide if it's ugly or nice looking, you know. Trendy's trendy.
So we'll ask this to you too, Kristen. There's a question that came in. Do you suggest offering different pricing levels so you appeal to different people?
I'm not sure what that means.
See, like, we don't, there's not so much room for different pricing levels, but I think she meant different brands of clothing. Like with me, I'll keep a variety of things from mall brands that are going to be lower end selling items and t-shirts and stuff. And then I'll go up to the higher end stuff and I'll have those different price points for everything. And that's how I get appeal from different buyers and different people. But as far as different pricing levels, you can't really like price a similar item at three different amounts to get something sold. So that's how I handle that. And I'm sure, Kristen, you do the same thing, right? You go and you have a variety of brands in your closet from low end to high end.
Yes, I do. And I price according to season, even if it's like the same brand, I price according to season. So that makes it more appealing. And I have a variety of different things in there because I do offer a bundle discount, which I think is a really great idea. I look for that when I'm buying things in somebody's closet. So I offer that. So that's why I have a variety of prices, because if somebody likes something that's a little bit out of their budget, they feel like they're getting a value if they can buy something that's on the low end just to get that bundle discount.
Yeah.
Plus, having a wide variety of prices, that's great for your pocket, too. On my past two sales that came like an hour within each other, one was an $80 sale and one was a $20 sale. Now, some people, if you only have lower end items, you could get a bunch of $20 sales to equal that $80 sale. I made $100 the two items. Like that easy peasy, $100.
So, Kristen, we had a question come in on the issue of listings and how many active listings do you have in your closet? Do you know?
If I had to guess, it's not as many as some of the big poshers out there. I think it's around 150, but I'm adding every day. So I think that's what it is right now. It's a numbers game, I think. Also,
do you think there's a number that's too much? That was the main question. I think the question was, is there an amount that's too many listings, or how many listings can you handle? Something like that. Do you feel that you can never have enough listings, or there's a number that you don't want to go over? Or
there's definitely not a number that I don't want to go over. I don't want to be under 100, you know? And I think that it's a numbers game. The more you have is the better chance you have of selling things, you know? And I think that, okay, what was the question? The rest, am I getting off track?
Is there too many listings for you to handle? Or
sometimes I feel that when I have a lot of active listings, that it does get a little bit hard to handle, because I'm trying to share as many times as I can per day. And I at least do it 4 times a day. Now, at 150 listings, that might not seem like a lot compared to other people, but it does take time to source. And I don't feel like I can actually not share everything. I need to share everything because I'm like obsessed by that.
I share every single article of clothing, no matter how long it takes.
Yeah,
and
everyone's
you got to do it.
Everyone's my child. Every one of those pieces in my closet is my child, and every child is important. So I can't leave one left out, you know?
So we have another question that came in. First off, we're at like 70, it looks like 74 likes now. We're so close, guys. If you haven't liked it already, we're trying to hit 85 for a mystery box giveaway. So go hit that like button. We're so close to there. Just go smash that like button. We should be all set. So, Kristen, how many items do you sell on Poshmark per day? Is there a daily average, or just I know some days are going to be different than others, but what does your average week look like sales wise?
I would say right now it's maybe 3 to 4 per week. But that's just because I haven't been sharing as much as I think I should.
Yeah.
You can share your own closet, and that's very important. But I think to even get more eyes on your closet and on your items, you have to show the Posh love and, share other people's items and everything like that. So
in fact,
when
that
I do that,
just came in. Do you share other people's items too, or do you just share your own?
I think that there are a lot of different answers to that from other people, like a lot of different opinions. But I know from my personal experience that sharing other people's items increases my sales. That's what it equals.
Same here too. I try to share between, at least in the PM party, I try to do at least 400 shares a night. And it really does increase your activity. It gets other people to share your stuff to their followers. It starts snowballing, and before you know it, you're gonna make a sale. So it really, I've heard people say, yes, sharing other people's stuff doesn't really do anything, but I don't agree with that. And I'm a firm believer in that the more community shares you have, the better off you're going to be sales wise.
Now, if you have a larger closet, because I know some people have 500,000 listings, and they're like, it takes me so long to share my entire closet bottom to top. I know a lot of people, what they do is they open up their computer, go to the very last active listing, and they'll share for 10 minutes and then leave it open, and kind of take breaks in between. It might take them an hour to share their entire 1,000 listings, but they don't just sit there and hammer it out. They'll go get a water, use the bathroom, answer a text message or something. Like they like break it up so it doesn't seem so monotonous. So if you have a lot of active listings, that's great. That's not a bad thing. That's a really good thing that's a very good problem to have. But you do need to share them all.
I'll also
and not leave anybody out. None of the children. They don't get left out.
None of the babies. Nobody left behind. But I will add this to what I was saying before. I used to get a little discouraged, and sometimes I still do, when I am doing all the sharing that I possibly can until my eyes are crossed and I am just ready to drop dead. But if you keep sharing and doing what you can, eventually you're going to notice like a spike in sales. And that's what always happens to me. I'll share for days, and I'll be like, why aren't I getting any sales? And then all of a sudden I'll get like 5 sales in one day. And so that is the most important thing. And it's not all about sharing my own closet. I'm not doing any more. I just do more community shares.
And it really makes a big difference. So with that being said, guys, let's see where we're at. We were at 76. You know what? I said 85. 77. We got so close. We're gonna end the show. We're gonna give away a box anyway. We got quite a bit of likes. Kristen, do you have the chat open on your end?
I do.
All right, so what I want you to do is scroll through the chat and find somebody's name that really stands out to you. We're going to do this unbiased and unfair. Just scroll through and pick somebody at random, and they're going to get a mystery box.
Okay.
It's all on you.
Okay. Oh, God, the pressure. This is easy. NW Purple Sparkles. Because that is my favorite color.
You get the mystery box. All right. Yay. So what I need you to do, NW Purple Sparkles, is type in the letters of your email address, the first word of your email address into the chat, so that I know it's you emailing us, and then I'm going to have you email us, and we'll give you the details.
Yeah, like the first 5 consecutive numbers or letters.
I'm waiting for that.
Oh, emojis. Oh, Jennifer says, oh, she wanted it.
She might not be here anymore.
Yeah, I was thinking that just now because, you want me to pick somebody else?
In the backup in your mind, but we'll give them a little bit.
We'll give them.
Okay.
Go through and find one more for a backup. I'll give her another minute.
One more for a backup.
Let's just recount, JK. I know they're always. I see purple sparkles.
Oh, I see purple sparkles. Yep, Kimmy, she says. I guess that's a real
All right,
name.
there we go. Perfect.
Yeah.
All right, cool. So Purple Sparkles, email us at, what is our email again? thethriftyflamingo@gmail.com, and we'll keep an eye out for Kimmy, and we'll give you the details to get those boxes. If you didn't get a mystery box tonight, guys, we're going to give out another mystery box sometime after the holidays. We're going to pick a winner from our email list. We're going to put that link back in the videos next week. We are going live next week. We're going to go live on Wednesday before Thanksgiving. We might have somebody on the show. We might not. It might be just me and you, me and Karen and you guys. But we'll see what happens. But we're definitely going to be live on Wednesday.
Not on Turkey Day.
If you haven't done so already, check out our course, Poshing for Profits. It's the first link in the description. I've included coupon codes tonight. Q450 gets you 50% off the single payment plan, and Q4PP50 gets you 50% off the payment plan option. So if you guys want to check that course out and really take your Poshmark sales to the next level, click that first link in the description, and you can get 50% off the course tonight. Kristen, thank you so much for coming on the show tonight.
Thank
you for having me.
Can you type in the chat your closet name one more time?
I will do that.
For Gary and anybody else who has missed it. I know you've already done it.
In the chat? Or
in the chat. Let them see what your Poshmark Closet name is. I know Gary was asking. Sometimes the chat goes really quick, and it's like, oh, where'd it go?
Goddess 6,000.
But I believe it was Goddess 6,000, right?
Yep. Goddess 6,000. All
Goddess 6,000. Pretty simple, pretty short. Well, thank you again, Kristen, for coming on the show tonight. We had a great time.
Thank you.
And as we love you guys, thanks for joining us all. It was thanks for your questions and comments. We will see you next week on Wednesday. Until then, you guys have a great night.
Have a great weekend, guys.
Bye, everybody. Bye.